Hey, right, tool reviews. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole back in January because, like, for the whole of last year, people kept saying, "Oh, you don't do tool reviews anymore, Stu. I used to enjoy them. When are you going to start doing them again?" So I thought, well, I better make the effort. January, spent a fortune on Wera tools, which is the brand that people were always mentioning, telling me that I should try it out. And nobody watched them. And then I remembered why I'd stopped doing tool reviews, because you only get about 13 views and 5 of them are people from Wera, and they email you to ask you if you want to buy any more tools, which ends up costing me even more money. So I was going to sort of just put all this aside and wipe it off, but I did a quick sort of search with YouTube and said, you know, is it really worth me doing tool reviews? And they said, well, actually analysing everything that your viewers watch on other channels, nobody else does tool reviews, so yes, keep doing it, your viewers find it valuable. So a few weeks ago I did the Wera mini socket set. Nice piece of kit. Wera call themselves the tool rebels, and I think that's because, you know, they take what we see as basic tools and they do some very innovative things with them. Whether those innovations really bring much to the table or not, I don't know. I've not used any of these tools in anger yet. I've been sort of trying to keep them in pristine condition for the review. So yeah, really handy piece of kit. The only thing that was missing was a 14mm socket, which I tend to use a lot on bikes. So I bought an additional one and took some of the less useful sockets out and put the 14mm in. One thing that people did mention to me, because I was having trouble getting the sockets in and out of the holder, is you have to twist them to remove them, and I've got no idea how that works. I can't see any mechanism that facilitates that, but that's what you do. It's as easy to do that, but if you try to pull it out, it won't move. It's magic. But I suppose that's the innovation of Wera. You know, it keeps everything safe and secure. It won't come out unless you just twist it, and I still can't work out how it works, but there you go. Anyway, so we did the Wera tool review, the mini socket set review, back in January, I think it was. At the same time, I bought their screwdriver kit, and I'm going to bring the camera in a minute so you can have a look at it. And I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible, because there's only so much that you can say about a screwdriver kit. Now, I bought all of these tools with my own money. You know, Wera didn't send them to me. This is the KK20 Tool Founder 1 kit, if I read that right, made in Germany. Very compact form for what is actually a really comprehensive screwdriver kit. I mean, if you think, you know, when you're traveling on a bike, if you had to carry a whole set of screwdrivers for every eventuality and sort of hex keys, Torx keys, that kind of thing, you're going to end up with quite a big, bulky package. This condenses that down into, you know, one very small, very lightweight package. That doesn't weigh much at all. I don't know if there isn't a weight on it, but it weighs virtually nothing. Now, it comes in a handy little pouch, and that basically is it. That's all there is to it, but it's got a few tricks up its sleeve. For a start, this is a flick screwdriver. You just pull this little button down here. It extends to a full-length screwdriver. You press the button on the back, it opens up, and there's all your bits for use on the, you know, whatever you're working on really, but in this case, we're talking about a bike. I had something very similar to this back in the 1990s. It was much bigger. Yeah, that was actually a ratcheting one, this isn't. And I used that thing to death. It was really useful, although I've got to say it wasn't quite as convenient as this is. Now, what we've got, 5.5mm slotted screwdriver bit. What I presume is a Phillips 1 and 2 and a Posidrav 1 and 2. Japanese industry standard heads, I did ask Wera about this at the time, they don't make Japanese industry standard. Having said that, I know people keep telling me in the comments, you must get Japanese industry standard if you're working on Jap bikes. I've never really found it to be a problem. You can usually find between the Phillips and the Posidrav something that fits securely, and maybe you just need to take a little bit more care if it's a stubborn screw or something like that. I don't think there's really any need to go down that rabbit hole with JIS bits. I mean, I'm only mentioning that because it just comes into the comments all the time on these videos, and hopefully we can avoid that now. So yeah, we've got your standard cross heads, and then we've got Torx 25, and that's it. I mean, there's only so much that you can store in this handle, but if you find, you know, like in this case, your flat-bladed screwdriver bit, you're probably not going to use that much on a bike. You could take that out and replace it with something else more useful. But all in all, it's quite a comprehensive little kit, and I do like the way it all functions. Comes down to a very compact form. You know, if you put these two together, in your luggage on a trip, you know, combined with your onboard toolkit, depending on which bike you've got, that gives you just about everything you're likely to need in an emergency. And it's got a very tiny form factor, you know, that will take up virtually no space in your average pannier, even a small pannier. So I think there is some merit to, you know, these small form factor kits. Now, quickly go through a demonstration of how you use this. We'll pull out what I think is a Posidrav 2. Can't see it without my glasses, and I haven't brought them out with me. So now we've got the, can't remember what they call it. Now we've got the rapid actor heads on these, which again I like. You push it up, put your bit in, and pull it back down, and that bit will not come out until you push that back up again. So not knocking actually, oh, you can get it in without it. So you know, it's a very secure, as you all know. Occasionally, if you do get a soft fastener, the head will stick in the fastener, and then when you pull it out, it separates from it, and then it falls out on the floor and gets wedged between, I don't know, you swing arm in your frame or something, then it's the devil's own job getting it out. That prevents that kind of thing from happening. I like that. I mean, it's mainly plastic, obviously. You know, I'm presuming Wera, I mean, they've got a good reputation. I'm presuming Wera have worked out the sort of, you know, all the strengths, etc. required. I mean, we must remember that plastic, especially engineering grade plastic, can be made very strong. So we don't need to do that about, but there is a lot of plastic here, as there is in the mini toolkit. Now, there's not a lot more I can say about this, apart from, I mean, it's a really handy, compact little screwdriver kit. As I said at the beginning, I'm not going to keep you too long in this video because there's only so much you can say about the screwdriver, but I actually think the form factor for this is really good, and its usability. I mean, you can always buy some extra bits to go in the storage holder that are more suitable for your use. You don't have to keep what's in here, and you can either buy Wera bits or you can buy, you know, other brands, because they're a standard hex fitting, so you know, you're not sort of limited in that respect. Why is it when I'm on camera I can never get them back in again? So you click it in. Okay. Yeah, so quite a handy piece of kit, and you know, it's like I say, if necessary. I mean, the ratchet on the mini toolkit, that does double up as a screwdriver, although really I don't think it's going to be, you know, this is more conventional in its ergonomics. You know, that'll get you out of a jam if you need it to, and it is ratcheting. I just think the size of the head is a bit large for some applications, and yeah, it's okay as a get you out of trouble solution if you absolutely don't have a screwdriver with you. But I think having a proper screwdriver is a better plan to have. Now, we do have the ability, I think. Put it back in here. To use other bits, so you can, you know, well, the problem with these is they're all a bit long for storage and the handle of this. But you know, if you've got both with you at the same time, I think you have got the ability. We'll get these out now. Yeah, they do fit. We have got the ability to utilise any of these bits. Now, I think from the perspective of your average touring holiday, or even just, you know, tools that you need around the house, I think you've got a pretty comprehensive kit with these two tools. Okay, not cheap, and I know people always jump into the comment section and say, oh yeah, but you don't have an 18mm spanner to take the back wheel off, and a breaker bar and this and that and the other. There's only so much that you can carry with you. I mean, I think about my garage. It's quite a well equipped garage. I can do most things on my bike, but there's at least once or twice a year I come across the job and find that there's a specific bit or socket or something that I don't have that I need, and I have to go out and buy one. You know, you can never cover every eventuality with a mobile toolkit, but I think as far as mobile toolkits go, you've got a really useful, compact, reasonably comprehensive option here. Wera call themselves tool rebels, and I think that stems from the fact that, you know, they take a basic tool concept and they improve it to the nth degree, which is admirable. I do feel sometimes like maybe they're just trying to reinvent the wheel. I don't know. I won't know until I really start to use these this season on the jobs that I've got on the GB350, etc. But I hope you'll come along and see how these tools do interact with the bike. Now, please don't suggest any more tool brands to me. This has cost me a fortune. I'm not working for Wera. They didn't supply me with these free of charge or anything. I bought these from Amazon. I will leave a link in the video description down below. But as I say, I've been doing these tool reviews based basically on people requesting more tool reviews, because I'd stopped doing them for a few years. And I remember why now, because it is quite problematic for a start. You don't get many views, which when you spent a lot of money on the actual review items themselves can be a bit of a heartbreaker. You know, it's one of those things, if you want me to continue doing tool reviews, I will, but let me choose things that I think are going to be useful. I know there are a lot of tool brands out there, but I can't keep buying tools just to satisfy people's curiosity and for everybody to turn around and suggest a different brand. It's just not possible. Once again, thanks so much for watching this video and my other videos, and in doing so helping to support this channel. I really do appreciate it. I'd also appreciate it if you leave a like, hit the hype button if it's available to you, and subscribe to the channel. It does help me out. I will of course be back next week, so until then, please ride safely and I'll see you soon.